I hear that all the time. Let me tell you what a libertarian is. Libertarian is someone who says you can be as liberal or as conservative as you want to be. Just don't force others to be like you.
Got it.
That's what we are all about. We are all about long-term solutions, not short-term solutions. We're all about changing culture, not just changing law. Law, we have to remember something. At the end of almost every single law is a guy or a gal with a gun who will put you in a cage. And if you don't want to go in that cage, he or she is going to kill you. That means you only use law when it really matters, not just because I'm angry, not because I don't like you, not because you should do some activity I think you shouldn't do, or whatever the case may be. It's only for important things like life and liberty and property and things like that. That's when you use violence. That's when you use force. That's what libertarians are all about.
Welcome to Libertarians Drinking Coffee Live. I am here yet again. Yes, it's 3 p.m. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Odds are it's me with some Libertarian drinking coffee. Yes, the brand is strong. We are still doing it, and we got SpongeBob over there. I can't believe how amazing that is. As always, guys, I bug you every time, and I'm going to keep bugging you. Like, comment, share. This stuff matters. If you're starting to watch and you haven't clicked like, or you haven't shared it someplace, or you've written a cool comment, what are you doing? Do it now. It's important. How else are we going to get past our media blockades? How else are we going to get past the media blackouts that happen? How else are we going to grow our media to show people what's going on? I'm doing this often for many reasons, but number one is, obviously, the presidential nomination and the presidential election matters. Of course it does. It's the presidential year. And on top of that, so do all the other elections that are happening this year, too. All the people locally who are trying to move things forward, all the people locally who are trying to make impact in their own communities, all of these all matter, so let's support them all. And I'm very lucky. Today I have the man, the myth, the legend himself, the person who wants to give Congress Hale out of Texas, running for Congress, Kevin Hale. How are you, sir?
I am awesome. Thank you for having me on your platform. I really appreciate it.
I am so happy to have you. I'm glad you gave us some time. I think it's amazing. Those of you who want some more information on Kevin, head over to GiveCongressHale.com. That's exactly right. Let's give him Hale. I got to ask the question. I actually thought that you had run before because you had mentioned this race so much earlier. Like 2 years ago, you mentioned this race, which, by the way, is amazing. I'm just curious because I still remembered it, right? So it worked. Whatever you were trying to do worked. I still remembered it. So well done. The question I have, though, is there's many ways you can make impact in your community. I'm curious, why did you choose Congress and why now?
I chose Congress because I think that until we break the glass ceiling through an election, electing a libertarian to Congress, we're really not going to see any change other places because of the R&Ds just voting for their parties. One of the good news is in Texas, that is going away. So I think that's going to have some impact on this race as well. But I chose Congress because I want to break the glass ceiling. I want to become the first elected libertarian to Congress.
Nice. I love that.
I've lived in 3 houses in this district. So this is home to me. So I want to represent the people that I grew up with. So
what's funny is I've heard more than once doing this, that there are a lot of people who are running for a federal office because they actually want to service a local issue, because the federal government has their fingers in their local world so much that actually they can affect the local area by running federally, and that blows my mind. But it's true, right? It's obviously true, but it just the average person thinking about it thinks, oh, you only run federal because of federal issues. But a lot of people I know, and obviously you too, are running because you care about your local community.
Yeah, they've overtaxed and overregulated everything. I mean, you look at every industry. Look how much the oil industry in Texas is subsidized. It's crazy. If the market was really that strong for oil and gas, then let the market provide the resources for the oil and gas production.
Is that one of your issues that you talk about?
I got all issues. I mean, I'm all over the place. But the the issue is people think libertarians don't care about the environment, but I really, really do. And if we keep continuing to subsidize the oil and gas industry, we'll never move to nuclear. We move to nuclear right away. People say that we've already released enough carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that the Earth is going to continue to warm up. Even if we got to a carbon neutral position within the next 5 years, it's still going to warm up. So we have to get to a carbon negative position. And there's two ways we can do that. We can do it first through going nuclear. And the second way, and I hope consumers really do grab onto this, because as a congressman, I'm going to fight to make sure that this market in particular is free from regulation, and that's the hemp market. Hemp can be used in plastic, paper, textiles, fuel. It can be used to decontaminate heavy metals from the soil. Its huge impact is that it uses less water and zero pesticides when it's brought up against cotton. And I have a lot of rural area in my district.
Oh, sure.
The farmers are important to me, even though I'm a city slicker. I understand that I am a city slicker. I'm not going to go out there wearing boots and cinch jeans, because they're going to see right through me. I understand that I am a city slicker, much like you are when you were.
Oh, yeah.
When I go up there, I'm not going to change who I am, but I am going to understand where they're coming from. Hemp, for my farmers, would be huge because of the diversity of its use. Would allow them to maximize their profits.
I want to bring up several things you just brought up. The first thing you brought up, which I love, is the idea that libertarians can care about the environment.
Yeah.
And most people don't even imagine that, right? They don't even think about that, right? They think, oh, libertarian, you hate taxes and hate roads. That's all they think about, right? That's all. But you actually can care about the environment and actually have a market, way of doing that. But something else you brought up, you're doing something that people don't usually do, which is you're talking about not subsidizing an industry that is big in Texas. I mean, that sounds scary to me. Are the voters going to run away from you and go, oh my God, he's going to destroy all our jobs? Is that the equivalent of, I guess, you would imagine someone saying, I'm going to, get rid of coal jobs in West Virginia or something? Is that a similar thing or no?
It may be, but if you're really for free markets like Republicans claim to be and the Tea Party claims to be, then let's experiment with hemp. Let me prove it to you with hemp. Let's have no regulations, no licensing, which they already have licensing in Texas. If you want to grow a hemp plant, you got to get a license. That is bull. And as you say in Texas, bullshit. But
you can say this is internet. You can say bullshit. It's fine.
It's bullshit, that they're limiting who can participate. And I think that's crap. Let me prove to you that the free market works. Let's use hemp as that market. Because of its diversity, you will see that all of the industries will get better. And better yet, our planet will get better. All the positive impact. Hemp concrete is a CO2 negative product. It lasts 100 years. It's fireproof and pest resistant.
I love it.
Building houses out of that.
I love it.
Building houses like that.
Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up, but there's another thing you brought up too. The idea of you being a city slicker, but still being able to go out to the farms. You're right. I had the same thing. Yeah. And when I went out to rural New York State, I didn't say, howdy, y'all, and put on a cowboy hat. It's not who I am. I'm a kid from the Bronx. It's not going to play. So I don't even try, right? I let people know just what you said, that I'm a city boy, no question. The difference is, if you respect me, I'll respect you.
Yeah.
The difference is we all are important and we're valuable in our own way as part of our economy, as part of our state, as part of our nation, as part of our families. We're all important, right? City people matter and so do farm people. They all matter. Yes, absolutely.
They all bring value. They all bring value. And we're all essential. We all bring value to the market and we're all essential.
We're all essential. I like that. My governor would disagree with you, but I agree with you. So yes, absolutely. So let me go on. You went to that one, but tell me some of the other issues. I mean, again, we could sit here for 6 hours talking about issues.
Yeah.
Benjamin wants to talk about the Sunset Act.
Yes.
Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah, this is. I bring this up because I've been courting the Tea Party here in Texas. Texas is solid red. Okay, this blue wave that Beto supposedly started didn't happen. Okay, not gonna happen. But you can have an impact as a libertarian by pushing the Republicans' buttons. And some of the Republicans' buttons are fiscally conservative, or what I like to call fiscally libertarian. So I always try to attack it from that perspective. They haven't delivered on their promise. In 2016, when they won the House, the Senate, and the presidency, what did they do? They passed the omnibus bill. But at that time, it was the largest spending bill in U.S. history. They lied to you. It's time to punish them and hold them accountable. That's what libertarians do. You're not wasting your vote. You're actually sending a message that you're going to punish them when they don't do what you tell them to.
Absolutely. I like it. I love that.
Yeah.
So I get where you're going. So tell me about the Sunset Acta.
Okay. So one of the things we can do as Congress is that we can implore what we call a Sunset Act. And what we do is we implore the Sunset Act, in which every federal agency that we've created over the last 200 years would be under review. All ones that cannot be eliminated, reduced, or incorporated into another agency would be the ones that are there constitutionally.
Got it.
Right? So this is a good way to get rid of all the layers, all the redundancy, and start consolidating government into a smaller, less expensive entity in our life.
Got it. Oh, I like that. And you could even copy that at the state level, copy that at the local level, right? Once it works at one piece, you can start copying that and kind of shrinking it all, right? And hopefully, if you shrunk enough at the top, you could actually have local control that would actually make sense.
Exactly. We actually have the Sunset Act here in Texas, and in the last session, it actually sunsetted the plumbers licensing commission. And boy, you would have thought that we unleashed everybody on this, but like we always say as libertarians, the market will decide who's a good plumber and who isn't a good plumber.
Right.
Especially nowadays with the internet being so active in reporting bad behavior.
Right.
Sometimes they don't always report good behavior, but
yes, that's true also.
They're really good about reporting bad behavior when it comes to consumer goods or services that are in the marketplace. That should be who determines winners and losers in our market. And now, that's all I've been advocating for all along, is that consumers drive all of this, not government.
I love it.
Yeah.
You told me that you had a specific or some specific reasons for running for Congress back in 2018, but you also said that after the COVID crisis hit and George Floyd and all that stuff, that some of your reasons have changed, right? I shouldn't say changed, that priorities have shifted. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. Right? Some of your priorities have shifted. Tell me about that.
Okay, so when I started the campaign, my four main issues were ending the wars that are not declared. Number one, they are not declared wars. Ending the war on drugs, which ties into the George Floyd issue. Stopping the wasteful spending in D.C. and returning to consumer-driven markets. What happened with COVID is exactly what libertarians talk about, in that government is not able to respond to market demand in time for us to really get ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
We have tests back in November that we were selling to other countries that we could not use in this country because the CDC wouldn't allow it. So people saying that government's there to protect you, they are not there to protect you. They're there to protect their buddies.
Yes.
This is exactly what happened. So now we see this testing finally catching up with the demand, and we were seeing record numbers of positive tests. I'm like, yeah, because you finally caught up to the demand.
Right.
And it's like, this thing got out in November, according to the WHO. Our first reported case was in January. The president didn't do anything for 53 days. The CDC didn't do anything for 53 days before calling out a national emergency. Two very big words, according to the president. So to me, it was like, there's 2 months that we could have had testing in place, that maybe we could have held this thing in place before we had to shut down the economy, before I had to lose 2 jobs.
Yes.
And be stuck at home because I didn't really know what the dangers were. But it turns out this thing may not be deadly as we thought. It may spread faster than we thought.
But my worry with this, Kevin, you brought up the most important piece here, right? It may be bad. It may not. Clearly, for 100,000 Americans, it was bad, right? So clearly, it's a real thing. Obviously, it is.
Yeah.
My worry, which is what I think you're saying, is the government didn't let us know what was actually happening, so we couldn't make a decision and decide if we wanted to go out and take that chance or not, and decide if if I'm an 84-year-old person with a pre-existing condition, I may not want to go out and risk my life because the odds are, if COVID gets me, I'm done. Right? 80% of all the people who passed from COVID were over 65. Right? So if I'm 84 years old and I'm on chemo, I may not want to go out. But there's another part of it.
Don't go out.
Maybe I do. Maybe I say to myself, my life isn't about staying at home and staying alive. My life's about spending time with my grandkids. There we go. See? My life's about spending time with my grandkids. And maybe I'll put my mask on and take my chances because I'd rather not lose time with my grandchildren. Right. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying we own our own lives, and that individual makes that own decision how they think is right for their life. But we didn't give them the information. You're right.
Yeah, they didn't. We didn't have the information. Exactly your point. And government should be if anything, government should be. It should be the transfer of information.
100%. Yes.
That's exactly their point. That's what they should be doing. If they're going to be doing anything, that's what they should be doing. Transfer of information so that we as individuals can make responsible decisions for our own self, assuming the risk for our own self.
Yes, I agree. I say it all the time, right?
Yeah.
The way it's supposed to be, it isn't, obviously, but the way it's supposed to be is, right, that any executive, governor, president, mayor, uses the executive branch to include the police and or military to defend the Constitution. The Constitution defends our rights, and we defend ourselves. That's what's supposed. Yes, you got it right. That's what's supposed to happen. That's not what's happening, but it's supposed to. The oath that I took is the same oath the president took, which is defend and protect the Constitution.
And he's not.
That's out the window.
He's not doing that. None of them are. Both parties are not doing it. I think we all need to go back and read the Declaration of Independence, and specifically our complaints against King George. You can make those same complaints today about your government.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm running.
I love it.
The Democrats and Republicans have taken 10,000 steps away from this. They've taken 10,000 steps away. Electing a libertarian only gets us going back to through those 10,000 steps.
Right.
Elect more libertarians, we can run back. Okay.
Well, you've brought another great point, right? I talk about it all the time. Would I like to have a total voluntary society tomorrow?
Please.
Sure. I would love that. The reality of it is, we're walking in the opposite direction. To your point, right? Your point's exactly right. We're walking right in the direction of oligarchy, dictatorship. That's where we're walking, right there. Yeah. Let's turn us around and just point that direction first. Yeah. Let's start going towards a direction, then let's fight how far to go. Right. But that's a good fight. That's a fight I want to have.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let me have that fight. Yeah. That's what I want to have. We're nowhere near that. We're just nowhere near that. I completely agree. That's awesome. All right, so COVID was a big deal for you. Do you want to touch the George Floyd situation at all?
Yeah, I've been this thing. I have skin in the game. Okay, my cousins are black. My other cousin's Mexican. My adopted brother is black and Native American. We just married into a Vietnamese family. My family is the melting pot. Okay, we all are the melting pot after 10,000 years of blending each other DNA. So for this to continue to happen, it's not only a race issue, it's also a tyranny issue. And the cops have been empowered to become tyrants. And they're hiding behind this, quote, qualified immunity, which is not a law. It's just a judicial decision. And the fact that I've been hounding the incumbent, I mean, on Twitter, on Facebook, just constantly, where is Lance Gooden? Why haven't you co-sponsored this bill from Justin Amash? Mm-hmm. I will co-sponsor this bill and take full, just taking it to him. And one of the things that happened, the Democrat that's in the race was doing the same thing, but she said that she was the only candidate. So I replied to her, I said, please use the term incumbent, because I've been speaking out loudly and asking him to sign on to Justin Amash's bill. She said, I see your point. And now every post she has is targeted to the incumbent. So I'm already having an impact on the race.
Nice. So I love that. Very good.
Incumbent. I'm focused on the incumbent. The truth is, though, the gerrymandering pretty much ensures the results. But
yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, and I've done the math and I've done the averages, and here's what's going to happen.
So hold on. So let's do that. Since we're there, tell me about your race. Is this a 3-person race, 4-person race? What kind of race is it?
Okay, it's a 3-person race. I began, obviously, in 18 with my Facebook page. I did my exploratory starting in April. By June, I had enough money for, this is June of 19. By June of 19, I had enough money for my nation builder and my website. So I jumped those up, got my donations started that way. This year, we had
Hold on 1 second, guys. One second, please. He said donations.
Yeah.
If you want to help him out, you can. If you live in Texas specifically, if you live in his district even more, head over to givecongress.hale.com. And if you want to see this man and that passion you're hearing, if you want to see this man rocking and rolling and screaming and yelling about incumbents and all the stuff you care about, that's about qualified immunity, sunset laws, all those things. You want to see him do it. You want to make sure that he can, get out there and people hear that message. You got to go to givecongress.hale.com and you got to throw him some money. 5, 10, 20, 50 bucks, $100, whatever you got. If you can spare it, if you live in Texas, please do it. Absolutely. If you live in this district, oh my God, you need to throw him some dollars. 5 or 10 bucks counts. How's he going to get those cards he's got to hand out? How's he going to get those door hangers? How's he going to do sign waves? He can't. How's he going to get Facebook ads? He can't do that without money. But you might say, Larry, I love him. He's awesome. Like you love him. We all love him. But COVID's kicked my butt and I don't have cash. Okay. He needs volunteers too. He needs volunteers too. No worries. Go there. Say you want to volunteer. He needs people to be social media warriors, people to share his stuff, create content, people to show up when he goes out, to have a sign when he's out there, all those things. So please help him out to the best of your ability. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun on you.
Cool. That's awesome. Thank you. I need that.
Yes.
After June, we got the Facebook page up and the website up. I started block walking in August of 2019, and by our precinct convention, which was on March 10th of 2020, we got to 10,000 doors.
Wow, that's great.
We got to 10,000 doors. Now, then the COVID lockdown shut us down.
Sure.
So I tried to do curbside candidate chats where people could just drive up and talk to me, and we can remain physically distant. That wasn't quite as successful as I thought it should be. Here in Dallas, they've relaxed the laws and rules around COVID, so we're going to start block walking again. So
okay, good.
My goal is to get another 10,000 homes before November 3rd. So what we're going to do is we're going to don our mask.
Yes, right.
Gloves, and then we're going to do our door hangers. And what we do is we take the National Libertarian Party door hanger, and we tape our flyer to it, like so.
Got it. Okay.
And we just leave it on the door. If anything, it forces them to throw it away.
Yeah, no, I get it. They need to know who you are before they can vote for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. One of the things that I did that I think hasn't happened in the Libertarian campaign was that I promised people back in that I would run an active campaign, and
yes.
I meant active, like really active. So one of the things I did was to challenge the primary. If you participate,
tell me what that means.
Well, if you participate in the primary in Texas, you're not allowed to be a delegate for the Libertarian Party, for the convention parties. So,
is that right?
Yes. So they say we have open primaries, but they're not really open because you can't vote in all three. You get to choose one.
Got it.
But if you participate in the primary, you cannot be a delegate. Well, I think I'm the first candidate ever to just challenge the primary outright. So I got signs.
You are not playing games, brother.
I am not playing games. I said,
You are serious.
Be the third party. It's going backwards for me.
No, it's fine. I see it perfectly.
In the primary, join the Libertarians on the 10th, which was the week after their primary, because the Secretary of State will give us a list of who participated because they'll be ineligible. So I had 110 of those signs and 110 of my regular, what I call my convention sign, because I've got a different sign for the general election. So I had 110 of each of those, and I put them out in pairs. 90 of each of those got stolen. I had the cops called on me because of my signs. I had a full Karen complain on my Facebook page, and I got $150 for donations just because of a Karen complaint, and the police called. So I'm already having an impact on this race. I was at the primary locations a week before the incumbent signs were there. They came and just took down a lot of signs. Like when they put theirs up, they tore down all of my signs. They tore down the primary contender, Don Hill's sign, and a lot of the Democrat signs. So I made a video of me not only putting my signs back in front of his, but I also put up the Democrat signs and the other incumbent primary challenger. I put up his sign as well.
You know what you're doing, Kevin, which I love, is you're already answering my question, which I always ask, which is how you're going to make impact. You already answered it. I didn't even have to ask it. You just started saying, look at what I'm doing. I'm making impact. I love it.
Yeah, and the videos kind of went viral. One of my signs actually got ran over by a car, so I joked that they're so mad at me that they're running over my signs with their cars. But I love that. I am having impact. I mean, the fact that they stolen 90 of my signs, actually 180 of them, because they were in pairs, including one that says that libertarians believe don't hurt people, don't take their stuff.
As they took the stuff.
They stole that sign. So I made another video going, look, guys, look what the two parties have done to you. They have so morally corrupted you that you are okay stealing my little grassroots signs. What have they done to you? Take a look at yourself and start thinking, is this really who I am? Is this really who I want to represent? Do I really want to be the guy that steals signs?
Right. Wow. Very good. Do you think that had any type of impact? Can you guess?
Oh yeah. I know I recruited 2 extra delegates this year.
Oh, nice.
And because of my signs being stolen, I know I had impact because of the complaints from Karen and complaint about where my signs were at. And believe me, they were all in perfect places. I know what the laws are.
Got it. Oh, it's so good.
But they were upset. But we ended up at that location that she was complaining about. We had a sign wave the week after because she stole our signs, basically, or had the police pick them up. So we had a sign wave there and gave away like 200 cards, found 3 libertarians in that neighborhood. So she actually helped my campaign stay active and gain some momentum and money.
Yeah, sometimes when they attack us, it actually backfires.
Yeah, and it totally backfired.
Yeah. Well, the problem is they only know the two-party system of fighting, right? So just make the other guy look bad and I look good. But when there's 3, it doesn't work as easy. So let me keep going on this road if I could. That's your race, right? What's your – do you feel like – look, I want you to win. You know I want you to win. Everybody watching is fired up. You can see it in the comments. They all want you to win.
I'm swinging for the finish.
100%. And I can see you're running to win. You're trying.
And I showed people a way to win. My opponent isn't the Republican or Democrats. I don't have to change not one mind of theirs. My opponent is apathy.
Yes.
The non-voters outnumber the voters in my district 1.628 to 1, which means I don't even need half of the non-voters to show up to win. I told you the Republican's going to get 130,000 votes. I only need 48 or 40% of the non-voters to show up. That's my we can win sign.
You got signs for everything. I love this.
We can win. There's the numbers.
There we go. You did the math. I love it. Did the math.
And
We need more people to do the math.
New voters. These are people that didn't vote in 2018. They're going to be my new voters. They're going to win this election for me.
I love it. I love it. So I hope you win. Do you have a cool slogan? I know you have to give him Hale. I got that.
Hale, that's it.
That's the one. Are people getting it? I feel like what that says is, I'm sick of Congress. And does that work? I don't know. I'm just asking.
When I introduce myself, I say, my name is Kevin Hale. I'm running for Congress, so you can give Congress Hale. And they all laugh. They all laugh.
That's brilliant.
They get it. Immediately they get it. I was blessed with a great stepdad. I really was.
I love that. Oh, that's so good.
And when my son was born, I took his name because I wanted my son to carry his name.
Oh.
So it was really cool that I got that last name, and then I didn't want to be a politician. I've been a career salesman my whole life. I won my first sales award in 7th grade.
And you still have it.
The Jump Rope for Heart Association, yes.
I love that.
I've been on the front lines of capitalism my whole life, building value in the market through services and products. So when I say free market economy, I know that those transactions happened voluntarily. We established the value voluntarily, and there was no force involved on my side. So
absolutely.
That's what we want in America. That's what we had in America before all the over-regulations and all the this is it for our government, but look at the laws for us.
Oh my God.
Libraries full of them. And it's like, come on, we're not free. We haven't been free since 1913.
So let me ask I guess what I call usually the final question is, what if you don't win? Is there for me, I was very lucky, right? When I ran for governor, if I lost, I still get ballot access, wonderful consolation prize, right? So mine was easy. Yeah. But a lot of people running, it's not that easy. Oh. Do you have a kind of secondary win, a consolation prize if you lose?
Absolutely. Because the campaign's focused on apathy, any vote over 210,000 that falls into my column is my win. Okay.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Because the gerrymandering ensures that the Republican's going to get 130,000 votes. The Democrat will get 70,000, 75,000. So 210,000 people typically vote. Anything over 210,000 that falls into my column is a win.
Got it.
Here's the other thing. I'm already having an impact on the I side with information. Whenever you put in your information on I side with, they also do a chart of what you're doing. I'm at almost 18%, and I've only put my stuff in a month ago.
Wow.
I already cut the Republicans' margin by 15, and I cut the Democrat by 8, and I gained 18%. So I'm already having an impact in the race. I'm already everybody that works in Dallas knows that I'll go out and do the block walking, and so for $4.20, I'll get to 20 houses for you. So just so you know, just donate $4.20, you get me to 20 more houses. That's potentially 40 more voters.
There we go. I love that. So, and doing groups of 420. So if you got $420, there we go. If you got $42, good.
Right now we're trying to get our general election campaign signs, because the first day I can put them out is September 1st. That's going to be $1,500. I need 6,000 more cards because I already have 4,000. But if I want to get to the 10,000 homes, I need to buy 6,000 more cards, and that's about $580. So I need to raise about $2,000 right now. And that probably will get me to the rest of my campaign, because it is all about block walking. It's about being in the neighborhoods. It's about talking to people when they're outside.
And wearing those cool taxation and stuff masks.
You got to wear these.
But this guy, you got to wear those too. That's true. Absolutely. I love that. Yeah. So if you actually get, if I understand what you're saying, if there's, for example, 240,000 people who vote, you're saying those 40,000 are kind of yours.
They're kind of mine.
Got it.
I'm growing, especially if they fall in my column. The ones that fall into my column at the end of the day will be my impact. And I'm okay if I finish third. Me and the Democrat are kind of on talking terms. but I kind of told the Democrat that we're bound by the gerrymandering, and her challenge is to climb Mount Everest, and my challenge is to land on the moon with the Wright brother plane. Because apathy is my opponent. Neither one are my. Well, the incumbent is my opponent because he.
But I got to tell you, Kevin, I actually think, to be forward with you, and I'm not blowing smoke, you have a better chance of winning than her.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say it is she's capped. She's simply not going to get past a certain level, period, no matter how good or how savvy she is.
It's been that way since '96.
Correct. And in New York State, it's been that way statewide since 2002. Yes, but it's Democrat. It's the opposite, right? Yeah. But same idea. They're capped. They're not going to go any further. That's it. Yep. You have the opportunity to draw unhappy Republicans, unhappy Democrats, and all the apathetic people. You're right. You actually have a chance of victory. Yeah. She actually has none.
Right. Exactly. That's my point. Is I wouldn't have done this if I looked at the numbers and thought there's not enough of a difference. But when I looked at the numbers, like, oh my God, I can landslide these guys.
It's possible. Yes.
I can landslide both of them. It's crazy. So it is apathy that is my opponent. So correctly identifying the opponent is the first problem, right?
Absolutely. 100%. Yes, absolutely.
I'm probably going to pull, reality, I'll probably pull 5% Democrats, the old school Jimmy Carter, peace-loving Democrats. Yeah. And then I'll probably pull 5% from the Tea Party, who have actually finally seen the light, that the Republicans don't actually do it, what they say they're going to do. So I expect that, but my impact.
But the apathy is the issue.
Apathy is the issue, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm block walking in low turnout areas. I'm going to apartment complexes where a lot of people don't vote. Or
yes.
They don't even get prospected, you know?
Correct.
They don't even get prospected. Me just going there has already had a positive impact.
Yep.
You know, because those people don't even get talked to.
So let me ask you, before we wrap this up, is there something that you want to bring up or talk about specifically?
I really do just need about $2,500 to finish this campaign out through November.
There we go, guys.
I'm not asking for a lot of money because the campaign has been focused on block walking. The costs are relatively low.
Right.
I got good volunteers.
So let me then, if I could, bring this up. That's really important. I know a lot of people are hurting financially because of COVID. I get it. I understand. Yep, of course. Yep, absolutely.
Two jobs. I lost 2 jobs.
With that in mind, you can still, if you live close to his district or in his district, you can still show up and do the things he needs.
Yeah.
You can still help him to walk the blocks. You can still help him to hold the signs. You can still help him to put stuff, envelopes, whatever's required. You can help him do all those things. You might go, Larry, it's tough for me. Yeah, it's tough for him too. And he hasn't quit.
Oh, I won't quit.
He didn't quit. It's tough for him too.
Yeah.
And tough for me too. Tough for a lot of us. And if you care about what he's doing, I'm asking you to give your hour a week. Give your 2 hours a week. Give your 6. If you're not working, you can give him 8 hours a week because you're not working. You'll be fine. Give him 8 hours a week. You're not working. But if you're working, you're struggling a bit, I got it. Maybe only an hour a week. Okay. You can do phone banking. You don't even have to live in Texas.
Exactly.
You can do phone banking for him if you want to. Go on to www.givecongresshale.com. Volunteer if you can. If you don't have the time, but you're doing well, and some people are still doing fine. If you're one of those people, throw him some cash. He needs $2,500 total. If you can throw him, if you're in a position to throw him a couple $100, do it. If you're in that position. If you're not, and you can do $5, $10, do that too. Every little bit counts. It's all good. Do what you can do to help him out. It's amazing. Kevin, I want to say thank you for coming today. It's amazing.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And we really need to reform the police departments and get them qualified immunity. If we're not able to do that, let's talk about making them carry liability insurance, and that way the bad cops get priced out of a job.
I love that idea. I love the qualified immunity piece. I love the idea of the insurance. Just those 2 things. And the best part about this, Kevin, is if you talk about it, even if it doesn't get taken care of at the federal level, locally it can still.
Yeah, there's been some movement on this in Dallas, so hopefully if I keep talking about it, we can get there.
Excellent. My friend, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. I appreciate you giving me the platform, and obviously you got a lot larger reach than I do right now, but I'm working on that.
I love it. Keep going. Look, I always tell people, if you can get strong individually, then you help the entire party.
Exactly.
You help the whole movement.
Yeah.
Right?
This is my first campaign. I'm swinging for the fences. I'll probably take 3 swings because you get 3 strikes in baseball, right? So I'm going to keep going. This isn't a one and done. I expect to run 3 times.
I love that. Isn't that what Michael Pickens always says? Run 3 times?
Yeah, run 3 times, and because you're going to get better every time. And, you know, if I keep delivering on an active campaign, I think I'll find more and more support as I go, too. And I'm delivering. I deliver on all of my campaigns, promise.
I love that. I've only run for governor once, so I still got 2 more.
Yes, but you'll win next one, so it's okay.
So that's it. Okay, so it'll be done. All right, easy day. Easy day. All right, my friend, I want to say thanks again for coming. Have a great one. Guys, thank you for watching, everybody.
Peace, love, liberty.